Not long ago, I was sitting in my living. You know, one of those lazy afternoons where you promise yourself you'll just take a quick break. I sat down on the couch, reached for my phone, and that was it. I scrolled, I liked, I watched. What I thought had been 20 minutes turned out to be 3 hours. 3 hours gone, just like that. Hours I'll never get back. But then I thought, what if this kept happening? What if those lost hours quietly stacked up into days, into weeks, into years? How much of my life would I spend like this, unnoticed, unintentional, unfocused? And that's when it hit me that time doesn't usually disappear in big, dramatic moments. It slips away quietly, hidden in the little distractions. The just 5 more minutes, the endless scroll. We don't even notice it happening until suddenly we do. In that moment, I felt it, an ending to time that I can never get back. But then a question followed, quietly at first. What if this wasn't just an ending? What if it could be a beginning? That question wouldn't leave me, because endings happen all the time. The end of an hour, the end of a day, the end of a relationship, a season, a habit, a scroll session. And often we treat endings like failures, as losses, as regrets, wasted chances. What if they're not? What if endings are actually invitations, subtle openings to begin something new? That's the idea I want to explore with you today. What if every ending was just a beginning? So let's start with one of the most invisible traps of modern life, our phones. They pull us in so easily that we don't notice it happening until it's already over. 3 hours gone, a night gone, a weekend blurred together. According to recent research from Diary Portal, the average person now spends 7 hours a day in front of screens. That means that by the age of 60, many of us will have spent 9 years of our lives looking at a screen. 9 years, almost a full decade ended, not lived. And it's not just about our phones. It's about the invisible trade we make every day. Our attention for convenience, our presence for entertainment, and our time for distraction. That feels like a loss. But here's the powerful part. The ending of those hours doesn't have to say an ending. If we notice it, if we choose it, it can become a beginning. A turning point that shifts how we live the rest of our time. The real cost of our distractions isn't just wasted hours. It's what we miss in their place. The conversations that never happened because we were too tired. The books that stayed unopened. The dreams that never got their first step. I remember one night, I told myself, just one more video before bed. And then, it was 2 a.m. The next morning, I woke up exhausted, frustrated and guilty. Another ending, another day cut short. But here's something that we need to pay attention to. Every punishment, it's a signal. It's our mind saying, something has ended, and it's time to begin something different next time. Endings, even painful ones, can show us where our values are misaligned and give us a chance to realign them. We can use that awareness not to shame ourselves, but to wake ourselves up. Reframing endings into beginnings. When I started reclaiming even just one more hour less of scrolling, one more hour of living, something surprising happening. That single ending became the beginning of so many things. A beginning of morning walks where I actually noticed the world again. A beginning of phone calls to friends I hadn't spoken to in months. A beginning of reading, of writing, of being fully there. And I realized something profound. Endings teach us beginnings that never can. They remind us that time is fragile, that it's finite. Every time we choose one chapter and we close it, we hold the pen to start another. Sometimes we wait for the perfect beginning, the right job, the right partner, the right timing. But life doesn't wait, it simply keeps moving. And that means every moment. Even the quiet, ordinary ones, they hold the potential to become a beginning. So, let me leave you with this thought. Imagine if each of us reclaimed just one of those lost hours every day. That 365 hours a year, more than 2 full weeks of life right here, waiting to be lived differently. 2 weeks to create, to connect, to love, to rest. Because every time we choose to put the phone down, every time we decide to create something new or do something differently, things change. Because many things are different. A door, a possibility, a beginning. So the next time you feel something ending, a wasted hour, a closed chapter, a goodbye pause, and ask yourself, what could begin here? Because life has many pathways and you need to choose between some of them. Because maybe that's the real lesson. Endings don't have something to be we have to fear or regret. They can be doorways, reset buttons, chances to start again, wiser than before. So when you leave here today, I want you to carry one question with you. The same question that changed how I see my own time. What if every ending was just a beginning? Because if you hold on to that question, you'll start to see your life not by the endings you've had, but by the beginnings you choose to create from them. Thanks for your attention.